In today's video, we are going to have a look at a specific business cycle which is hinting towards a date in the future which is strengthening one of the scenarios that we are watching right now. So guys, I will have a talk about that. We are also going to have a look at the S&P 500 and at another chart which is actually very interesting and might tell us what is going on with the S&P 500 and if we can expect some volatility to the upside or to the downside. So guys, with that being said, let's jump straight into it. Of course, before we are zooming in on the chart, make sure to scroll below this video, smash up that like button. That is very much appreciated. Okay guys, let's start off with this chart. And what I've been doing yesterday is I've been looking into a different cycle, which is called the 8.6 year business cycle. And that 8.6 year business cycle can be divided in smaller cycles of 2.15 years. And also you can add up 6 of these business cycles of 8.6 year to 51 point something years. But basically, there was one guy called Martin Armstrong. He uses this cycle, also known as the secret cycle or the business cycle, where he actually says that these moments in time, these cycles, they signal a strong reversal in the markets or a big event that's happening, right? So you could say, like, often when you enter that reversal point or when you enter that extreme happening point from a strong uptrend, the price will go down. When you enter that from an extreme downtrend, the price will go up. So let me show you a little bit what the previous dates of this cycle have been telling us. And I have to be honest, guys, right here, there are not every single date out there is that accurate in terms of price action, but there are definitely some interesting things to note right here. So right here we have the first one, at least the one that I have drawn. Here you can see that after that date, slightly afterwards, we got quite a drop in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, it's quite a drop. Here, the next one, we actually saw something bit confusing because after the date we rallied still and then we had a massive correction. So if you would look at this at a macro perspective, yes, it is close to a top. Is it really that accurate because we had that rally? It's less accurate, right? The next date, however, was signaling the bottom of this move, which was very beautiful. The next one right here, also right before a massive crash in the price. This one right here doesn't seem to care that much. We have a small drop after that date, but yeah, nothing that significant. This one is quite funny because after this date also we get a drop, a short-term drop, but until the next date we already have quite a rally. Then the next date, we actually go from that date, we go sideways till the next date where we actually are right before that March, or actually we know it as March 2020 crash in Bitcoin, but it was not in the stock market. The stock market were already crashing earlier, right? So this was January 2020 where we have seen that massive crash. And the next date was right here, slightly after the top. And we also have been correcting since then. And the next date, guys, and that is the interesting part of it, the next date is aligning in that area of field of the 16-year cycle, which basically means that if the next date of this cycle would signal a top, for example, something we have seen like here, or something we have seen like here, or something we have seen like here, where we really basically close to a macro top, then that would coincide with what we are seeing over on the 16-year cycle, because the 16-year cycle tells us that we can top starting from the end of 2023, but really the last months, December 2023, going up until the first half of 2024. That is the most likely scenario for a 16-year cycle to top out, and that would perfectly fit with this. Also, guys, take in mind that if we see a massive reversal in the Dow Jones right at this moment, it most likely will be slightly later expressed in Bitcoin, because similar with this crash, and this was something I noted yesterday when I was doing this analysis, this crash happened in the end of January 2020. We all know this crash as the March 2020 crash. So it took even 1 month for Bitcoin to follow this path of panic and to really dump. But sometimes that's also what I want to do with this channel, guys. That's also one of my goals right here, is to really help you to protect yourself in the next multi-year long bear market. So let's say we could be somewhere right here in the 16-year cycle. We get some signals that we are overextended, and of course we might not always catch the exact top, but we do get like some significant overlaps from some dates where big events could happen. Here I definitely would then take profits if that would be similar as right here. And then even if the price goes in the shorter term time frame slightly higher, it doesn't really matter, because you already have your profits, you have realized gains, you don't have these unrealized gains, these profits that are floating in the air. You have realized gains, and if the price in the end continues to just moon from there, that is fine. You already made your gains, and you can always leave a very small allocation just in a hollow position to get exposure to that gains if we see such a thing happening, right? But if the more likely scenario would happen, where we are going to turn around, and the more likely scenario would be, of course, when you have a lot of signals, right? When we have form of a topping signal, the dates are really aligning into close to a top, close to a macro top event. You see the sentiment is super hyped, your neighbors talking about crypto, blah, blah, blah. These are all signs that you should take profits. And if then the more likely scenario happens, where we maybe first go up, you gotta have discipline, right? You gotta stay humble, you gotta stay grateful for your realized gains, and don't look at the markets anymore. Maybe it's even better to take a holiday or to take a couple of months off from the markets, right? I would say that really makes sense. And then we turning around and we have this massive bloody cascade what we had in 2022 too. And I really think that the next bear market of a asset class cycle with crypto that we are seeing right now will be long. Also in the video that I've explained about Plan B stock to flow model, you can already see that the macro momentum of Bitcoin is slowing down. And this is very normal if you would ask me, because an asset class cycle, the adoption of new technology, goes in certain phases. And it's really difficult to see those phases when you are just entering crypto, when you are too focused on the daily time frame, right? It's really difficult to view this macro perspective. That's why it's so important that we are doing that right here on the channel. But you can already see that ball is slowing down. The momentum of Bitcoin is slowing down. The overshoots of the stock to flow model are lower, and the undershoots of the stock to flow model are bigger, are larger. So that is just I would say a regular event of things, because imagine when the internet comes or when a new technology comes, of course, the beginning will be explosive. There will be so much expectations. Everything is cheap. Early adopters jump in. They make millions of dollars. These stories go around, and slowly it's becoming more and more mainstream. And right, once it's becoming more mainstream, there is less liquidity to enter the markets. There's less liquidity to create these hypes. Also, when the market cap is already bigger, you need more liquidity to create this hype. So you got less people who actually could enter, therefore create the hype and have liquidity. Second of all, you need more liquidity because the market cap is bigger. So it really makes sense, guys. It really makes sense. The people that are saying, no, Bitcoin did a 100x in 2020, 2012, and to 2015 and did 100x from there and there, and it should do 100x now again. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying that specific anyone is saying that, but if you would look at the Bitcoin price like this, it wouldn't make any sense, right? It's the same people who asking when Dogecoin already pumped to a multi-billion market cap, and then you get phone calls like, yo dude, I just bought some Dogecoin because it might go to $1, or it might go I might triple or quadruple, but they don't understand that for a coin price to double, you need to double the market cap. So when the coin has a multi-billion dollar market cap, it needs to double that multi-billion dollars. And then you got to ask yourself the question, where is that money going to come from? Who is going to pay those $1 billion so my coin will double in value? That nobody. So take that in mind the next time when you think you want to buy like these shit coins when the market cap is already so high. Maybe right now with Pepper as well. If you want to buy Pepper or want to buy meme coins with the mindset of 100x your coin, well, the market cap is already 100 million. Don't even touch these coins because you will get disappointed. I hope this makes sense. But yeah, guys, this is just something that's going to be a big part of this channel. Is going to be to take profits at the right time and to use those profits for something else, right? To use those profits for maybe going into different asset classes, going into real estate. I'm not really sure about that. I will do more research into that, but this might be one option, going into real estate, but mainly to buy houses and rent them out. Going into digital real estate, so websites, high domain authority websites which already generate a lot of traffic and a lot of earnings, because with these assets you protect yourself against a multi-year long bear market. Because you gotta imagine, guys, what are you going to do in a multi-year long bear market? If you leave your money in crypto, it will all go down. We all know that. We have seen in 2022 the jobs outside on the market will be very difficult to find. It will be hard to work. Things will be really expensive. It's really difficult to accumulate money because the money streams in these bear markets are not that in abundance in the markets that we are trading with, right? The S&P 500, crypto, blah, blah, blah. There's no abundance of money in these markets in a bear market. The abundance of money you should find in different markets. That's why we need to make that transition, that once we are topping out, you need to have some certain things in place which will make you survive a multi-year long bear market. But okay, guys, that was it basically for today's video. I think it's very interesting. This chart is just strengthening what we are waiting for, a big move in 2024. I also told you guys I want to have a talk about the S&P 500, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I might talk more about this in the next video. But what we are seeing right here is the VIX is coming down quite aggressively, which comes along with the S&P 500 going up. But sooner or later we will touch a support right here, and we will get a bounce in the VIX. So that means that we will most likely get a drop in the S&P 500. I would say very soon. Maybe we get one last push to the upside, but yeah, once the VIX is really touching some key support levels, and we are really like entering a zone right here, then yes, I do think that will come with a bounce after such a drop in the VIX. Maybe test the former support as resistance, and then continue this uptrend, right? Because when the VIX is going down, the S&P 500 is going up. But that bounce comes along with a drop in the S&P 500. And in the end, it makes sense because we are waiting for that Bitcoin low to come in. Would make sense for the S&P 500 to drop as well with a little bit of panic, some news articles, which will really reset the sentiment, and people will, will sell their assets again. at the bottom. But okay guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up that like button. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. If you are interested in these cycles, guys, you gotta check out whaleportal.com. Here we have a lot of basically a lot of articles that I've written myself personally that are going into these cycles, and we even have a very interesting page right here where you can see exactly where in which cycle we are. So where are we in the 4-year cycle? Where are we in the 16-year cycle? I might add more cycles to this one. It is interesting. So this is something to watch. If you are interested, guys, if you are interested in trading Bitcoin, then I would highly recommend you to do so on BitGet. BitGet is really fighting for the first place on this exchange list, and we might make the flip soon because BitGet is just getting better and better and better. And what we are often seeing is that an exchange like Bybit, who introduces mandatory KYC, loses a lot of its customers, so the volume goes down, as we are seeing right here as well. The 24-hour volume on BitGet is just way higher than that of Bybit, and that is what actually makes an exchange liquid or not, good or not. But what do we want? We want an exchange to be liquid. That is one of the most important things. How do you get liquid? By the 24-hour volume, by a high volume. So I would say BitGet definitely is shooting up right here. Very interesting. Also, the trading pairs on BitGet are way higher than the trading pairs on Bybit. So you have a lot of BRC20 tokens that you can buy on BitGet. I'm buying all my BRC20 tokens on BitGet. For example, Audi, I bought and I'm still buying over on BitGet. And other altcoins that we have been handling over on WhaleAlerts also are available on BitGet. BitGet made a special deal for the community right here, guys. If you sign up with the affiliate link down below this video, you will get a 10% cashback on your deposit, a bonus up to $5,000 and you will get access to WhaleAlerts, which is the most important Telegram channel if you want to outperform during this bull market. And if you want to know when to take profits, which projects to invest, which BRC20 tokens, which Bitcoin NFTs are good to buy, and all of this stuff. Very, very important. So guys, if you don't have an account on BitGet, make sure to check it out. I also tried some different functionalities on this exchange, like the copy trading future. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch that one as well, because it's very interesting. I made like $200 just by trying it in a single day. And I'm explaining exactly how and what and where you should find the traders you should actually copy. But do take in mind that is definitely a high risk and you put your responsibility in someone else's hands. So definitely that's just something to play with, not really to put all your eggs in, I would say. But yeah, nevertheless, it's quite fun. Guys, check out the links down below. Check out Whale Portal. Wish you all a beautiful day and hope to see every single one of you in the next video.